Like to welcome you all out to another one of our paid trainings that we do on Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It happens to be Thursday, March the 12th, 2026 at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. And I want to welcome all of you. Why don't you go ahead and all of you just unmute and just greet each other, say hello to each other.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello,
humans.
everyone.
Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone. Good morning.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Greetings,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Really is the most important part of what we're doing is building community, right? So there you go. It's
Hello,
great to
everyone.
get together on a live call like this and share some time together. Lots of exciting things happening, and I'm going to jump straight into it. But before I jump into it, since this is a paid training, Hunter, we go ahead and release the hounds. Go ahead and open up the chat, let people be able to put in their wallet address so they can get paid today for the training today. Let's go ahead and get that done.
You
Thank
heard him, folks. George.
thank you all for being here. And I had a thought today, being that we're in this transition and there's definitely some value in having PML. Um, I'm considering the idea of not on this training, but perhaps maybe on Monday, getting having the payment done in PML into your holding. Okay, so it wouldn't go to your wallet; it would go into the holding area. But of course, anything you accumulate, for every dollar you have, goes, it's like 1,000,000 to 1, right? So you get $1 million of value in equity in the new coin. What do you guys think about that idea? Should I give it much consideration, or what do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so one vote so far. All right.
Yep, get her done. Get her done.
All right, think about it. Let me know. All right. Anyway, um, so basically right now, um, we're seeing the prices actually in bargain levels right now for PML. Last I checked was about 135,000. So as I've said before, buy the dip. Anytime you see it between 100,000, 200,000, that is a low price for PML, and certainly a good opportunity to accumulate. So you're able to accumulate more coin on a lower price. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. When the price is lower, you get more PML. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So, in a way, since right now, because we want to take full advantage of maximizing what we can get in equity on the new coin, the more PML you have, the better, right? So, any of you that are, making purchases every day, a dollar here or whatever, your dollar cost averaging into it, and certainly these lower prices are getting you more coins. So it definitely feels good when that happens. And we have a new diamond today. Cheryl Wall is our newest diamond. She's also a star, by the way. So, but she had her PML go straight into her holding. Okay, what am I talking about? Basically, everything is pushed into the holding and it's no longer going into wallets. Okay, so that means that it's absolutely not spendable. You can't do anything with it when it's in the holding area, but it does hold the value, right? So anything sitting in holding is added to whatever's in your wallet. The two together are going to help position you to get the most you can out of uh, out of the equity position you can take in the new coin. Okay, so now the new coin is about a marketplace, and we're going to be putting digital products into the marketplace. And let me tell you what's exciting about that. So the great thing about digital products is that you can create one and sell it over and over again, unlimited, right? It's just copy and paste basically, or it's a download, or it's getting access, a digital point of access. But regardless of the type of digital product that's out there, you can get paid on it again and again and again. And what's even better than that is that you don't even have to be the creator of a digital product to profit from this fact that you can get paid over and over again on the same product without having to like buy it yourself. You know, with physical products, you buy it, you put it on a shelf, you wait for someone to come pick it up off the shelf, take it over to the cash register or whatever, and pay for it. And then you've got to restock the shelf with a physical product. See, that's the downside of physical products is all that restocking and the cost, right? Meaning that digital products have a much higher margin. So people will, pay quite a bit of money for different kinds of digital products. And it's like mostly just profit, if you think about it. Okay. So as our marketplace expands and it grows, the opportunity to sell other people's digital products and earn a commission, as a referral commission, that also expands, and it's just going to become this giant unlimited opportunity where you can certainly gain by promoting different things. Okay, so very, very exciting. So I want to give you guys a sneak peek into the development of the marketplace. I can show you what version 1 looks like. Would you guys like to see version 1?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like it's pretty much hot off the press as of a few hours ago. Okay. So let me see here. I'm going to share my screen. I got a couple of videos to share with you about it. Let me find the first one here. No. There it is. All right, here's our first video. Let me just make sure I got sound on here. 1 second. Share screen. Sound is on. Good. Okay, should work. Okay, so I'm with our programmer that's been working on the digital marketplace. And so this is the very beginning. This is like version 1. Like it's like very, very simple first version. But anyway, you can see it's developing, it's moving forward. So go ahead and show us what it's like to go to the marketplace. There's no products in there yet, but go to the marketplace. Is that open marketplace? Is that what that button's for?
Yeah, this is version 0.1, so to say. So we are at a login stage. We have a marketplace to show the products and for the customers,
Uh-huh.
the clients, and we have the
Then
vendor login, and
vendors can log in. Okay.
that is for the producer to produce the product. Now you log in with your wallet. This is a test wallet on.
Okay.
I can log in, and with the stage says, okay, you have to prove.
Okay.
And then it is signed in for the wallet side, but here it says still, and that is what you have to repair in the code. The wallet signature is invalid, so that is in stage for the code to not
Sure,
come further.
no problem. Let's go to the let's go to the vendor area. Oh, here we go. This is the marketplace. So your categories like coaching, ebooks, webinars, services, communities, downloads, courses. Okay, so these will be different categories, and then I'm sure that list of categories is going to expand because there's lots of different digital, like games, for example, would be another one.
Yes.
So that will just continue to expand. And right now it's just an empty store with nothing on the shelves right now, but it has to start out as an empty store before we can put products in it, right? So, but anyway, so you can see the menu, marketplace, login, vendor, orders, and wallets. So looks like this version 1 looks like a great start. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And largely, this has been using artificial intelligence as the main coder So this isn't like a line by line, build. It would take much longer if we did it that way. So this is basically, giving AI very clear description of what we want built, and then it will just start coding for us. And this is great. This is very promising. So thank you so much.
Yes. Okay.
I'll go ahead and end the recording now. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, turns out that let's see here. Let me stop share for a second. Turns out that he continued to work on this for a little bit longer, even though it was very late for him. He's in Europe. So he actually has another video I'm going to share here. There we go. Let's
Give a short
play
demo
this
of the
one.
current version of the digital marketplace platform.
So he's kind of talking a little bit under his breath, but just try to listen up good.
It is version below 1, so it is not a finished product, but we can already, as a vendor, log in. We have two logins, as a vendor or as a client. I'm now a vendor, so to publish my products, I sign in via my wallet, so that is confirm. It is confirmed, so my wallet is now connected and I'm logged in as a user of the system. Here I can manage products, I can create a new product. So let's say demo, and that is demo products. This is a demo with a description. If I spell it right, it has some category of demo products. The price is, where I'm selling it for, is a 100. The product type is, let me say that it is a course. Price model is a subscription. Billing interval is 1, status is published, and then I create that product. Okay, that is the version that I run it, so we get some, which is what is too small, or the price. Okay, but this is the state of this one. Let us go back one screen. Then we have this was the create product screen. So we can view the vendor orders, or we can view published. Browse the marketplace. So we have categories, several categories are here. We can add more categories like gaming, etc. And we have the login for the marketplace for the client. Let's go back. So the open marketplace, that is this one. And this is it so far. We were developing it very fast with AI. So that is going well.
All right, very good. Okay, so keep in mind that we're modeling a lot of this off of what we see from WOMP. Let's see here. I think I've got it here. There it is. Okay, so this is an example of where we're going. Okay, so this is a marketplace has many products in it already. In fact, there are 2.5 million businesses, so you figure they all get at least one product. Almost 20 million users, and people have already earned almost $3 billion on this website that's been around for about 5 years. So, I mean, the potential here is just gigantic. Okay. So there you go. That is a sneak peek of development. You see the starting point. Okay. And we are moving forward with this, and I'm very, very excited about what this is going to turn into. And it's just gonna, it's gonna allow for you to have multiple streams of income all in one platform that you could just, you can become affiliate of anything that you like on it and help promote different things and get commissions from it. And then of course the currency underneath all this is going to be something that you can buy it, you can sell the currency as much as you want from day one going forward. So that means it's very liquid, and so you'll be able to convert that into paper money quickly. And it's going to have the potential of becoming very large. Okay. But probably the thing that's the most exciting is the transition that we're in right now, because we're offering you for every dollar of PML that you're holding, whether it's in your holding area on the website or it's in your wallet, those will be added together. Okay. And that for every dollar you're holding, you're getting at least $1 million of equity in the new coin, because basically we're going to have 1 billion coins, and all but one of those billion coins will already be allocated on the opening day. Okay. Meaning that you all are the owners holding that equity. So your portion, and then there's going to be some daily distributions. Let me just review that with you again. Here's how the daily distributions are going to work. So it's going to be paying out by tiny sell-offs. Let's see here, new coin cash out plan. Okay, so like I had an example here. Let's say in a 24-hour period, there was $2.5 million worth of buying and only about $48,000 of selling in a 24-hour period. Okay, that basically leaves even still about $2.5 million as a net gain. We'll take 10% of that and swap it out to USDT. Okay, we'll swap it out to USDT. And then we'll take that USDT and make that available to all of you in the pie. So the bigger the slice of your pie, the more your allocation is going to be. But in this example, on that particular day with these numbers, you're looking at having $633 coming into into your holdings of USDT, which you can withdraw at any time. Okay. Once it's put in there, you can just click a button and withdraw it to your wallet, and then convert it to paper money as much as you want to. Okay, this is the direction we're going. But probably the thing that's the most exciting is what can be done with equity once we have matured a little bit. Okay, so once we've matured a little bit, equity becomes now something that can be privately sold. Okay, privately negotiated. It can be a tool that can be used to negotiate with, and and so if you're sitting on a large amount, like some of you I know are going to be going to be sitting on over $1 billion worth of equity. But hey, what if you had a need for whatever $10,000, right? And what if you had the ability to go into negotiation with someone privately? This is not done in the public. What we're talking about here is done privately, okay? Just so you're very clear. So you go in with someone and say, "Hey, I've got this equity. It's valuable. You can have this much of it, and what I need is $10,000 or whatever." That's the kind of power that you're going to have, but it's not going to happen when we're an empty box, okay? It's going to happen after we've got some traction, we've matured enough, we've got something that people can see that the equity is indeed substantial, or we have something that's we can show it's got that it's sustainable. Our operation is sustainable and functioning well. So this is what we got to build. Okay, this is why I've always referred to you guys as co-founders. So this is just another iteration of that. You're coming in as literally co-owners with equity from day one. All but one of the 1 billion coins is going to be pre-distributed and allocated according to how much PML that you're holding. So just think about it. If we're talking about a pie that's small, like there's only like 5 coins in PML that you're going to divide up, and that's going to create the proportion, the sizes of each slice. It's going to be a percentage. Okay. When you take that little 5 coin thing and then push it out into something that's 1 billion coins, okay, that's where you're getting for every dollar you have in PML, it's worth at least $1 million in the new coin. Because we're going from a very tiny pie of 5 coins to a large pie with 1 billion coins in it. Does that all make sense to everyone? I hope I'm being very, very clear.
Yes.
The power of equity here. Okay. So you have something that can create cash flow by using it, by participating as much as you can and as much as you want within the marketplace, and even develop your own products and put those in there and get people to also work with you as your affiliates that work, promoting your products that you make. So you'll have that working for you on one hand, but you can also play the other side and be also a referral of someone else's products and vice versa. So it can go both ways, and that can create cash flow. Okay. Obviously, there's going to be speculation, buying and selling going on with the coin. So obviously, if you're a decent trader, you can make some money buying on the low and selling on highs. That'll be completely allowed and no problem there. So there's lots of potential here for daily income without having to give away coin. Okay, so unlike the other things we've been doing, we've given away so much coin that premature selling is slowed down our progress on those projects. Bull funding and the PML. Those 2 projects have been slowed down because they required some high prices. Okay, in order for us to really kick them off properly, and then the sellers have prematurely, you know, um, you know, they've slowed us down basically. But in the meantime, we can make this happen, and anybody who's got an itch to sell, no problem. From day one, you can buy, you can sell what you buy, in the market. So that's how it's going to work there. And we're not giving a bunch of extra coin that's going to be in the market for sellers to go and sell, right? We're not going to recreate that problem. Okay. So this will be a way to make everybody happy, including those that like to sell. Okay. I mean, this should make everybody happy. And those people that are continue to sell right now, they obviously just don't understand leverage, and that if you got a chance to turn $1 into $1 million, why would you want to sell that dollar, right? Why not just wait a couple of weeks, let us finish this, and we're going to kick it off where you can sell day one, and the equity is going to be yours, sitting there, you know, and then that equity then becomes something that's also something that you can negotiate with privately with your contacts, or as we'll teach each other how to reach out to people and make contact with those that would be interested in such things. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell today, right to the point. So that's my presentation for you today. Anybody want to comment or question or I hope I'm being really clear how this is very exciting, but I'm trying to keep it simple to where you understand it. Paul Thompson from the UK. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. You've spoken in the past about a legs system, and I know some people are unsure about what that's about, but this might not be the best time to talk about that. I'll leave that up to you. But at some
Yeah.
point, we'd like to hear a bit more about that.
Sure, I can talk about Legs. Legs is going to be a very unique digital product that, I'm going to be basically the one making it. So I'm the digital creator, if you will, of Legs. And it's a lead generation system where you play the role of both being a lead as well as receiving leads. And so for every $20 you put in, you're going to get the opportunity to present your time, 5 minutes of your time for a price, right? So you're going to say, I'm a real person, open to, looking at business opportunities, but you need to pay me first before I listen for 5 minutes on like a Zoom call, okay? And then you set your price anywhere from free up to $99 for 5 minutes of your time. So you're basically being a potential lead. So that's one role. The other role is for that $20, you get the next 100 people. So basically, just think of like a straight line. This person comes in and the next person to join, the next person to join. It doesn't matter who the sponsor is of those people. It just comes down one straight leg. And that creates basically 100 people in a row. So when you pay the next 100 people that come in below you, one after the other, they become leads, and you can look at key information about them to determine whether you're willing to pay for their time. They'll tell you, like, for example, okay, my time is $5 for 5 minutes, and my annual income is $90,000 a year. So that kind of information will be available to you, but the contact information won't be. You'll have to basically click on their payment button in order to um, in order to then communicate with that person, and then you communicate to the point where you get onto a Zoom call, and then as soon as you're on the Zoom call, then the person that's going to listen is going to ask you to release their funds to them, okay? And then that's when you can start to pitch them on whatever business opportunity you might have, okay? So I've gone in greater detail than that on other videos I've done before, like a week ago. I spent more time, explaining this, so you can go to the YouTube channel to get more details on it. But it's a unique product, or service, if you will, where, I mean, oh my goodness, I've spent so much money. I think at the end of the day, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on leads, and I really start to question if they're even real people, you know, because you get like a name and an email address and supposedly a phone number, and it's all supposed to be verified and all that. But then when you start to reach out, it's like you get a bunch of voicemails, or you get a bunch of, you just find it very difficult to even make contact with people, and you don't even know if they even have an interest in business opportunities in the first place. So that's what's going to be different about this, is that everybody is basically saying, I'm open to listening to business opportunities. Obviously, I'm interested in business opportunities, but my time is valuable, and here's what I'm going to charge for my time for 5 minutes. And if you got my attention for 5 minutes and I like what you present, then I'm not going to keep charging you, for time after that if I'm interested, right? Your job is to create interest in 5 minutes. Otherwise, if they're not interested in what you offer in 5 minutes and stuff, thanks for sharing, but it's not really a fit for me, then you just move on, right? That's at least now you have a contact. You have someone that so that there's always value in that, accumulating contacts. You're going to at least have real people. Like you're going to see a real picture of them and all this stuff that you don't normally get with business opportunity leads. I don't think you're going to see anything like this anywhere else. This is a unique thing. So it's going to be like one of the anchors in our mall, in our digital marketplace. This project that we're building. So my main programmer is working on that right now, but it's a custom build. He's building it basically line by line by line. Whereas the marketplace, we're using AI to develop it, and you know, um, there's lots of marketplaces to copy out there. So lots of so it's not like a very unique thing to build a marketplace. So that's why AI could do it. So does that answer your question, Paul, about legs? What do you think? What do you think about that idea, legs?
Yeah, awesome. And I was just wondering if the term legs was like an acronym for
No.
Leeds Easy Generation System.
Okay, I might use that. What was that?
Leeds Easy Generation System.
I
Or there might
like
be a
it.
better word.
I like that. Thank you for your contribution. That's a good one. Leads Easy Generation System. Okay. I love it. Love it. And my thinking is that we'll start with this one idea, but the whole leg idea of just having something where the next person goes below the next person goes below the next person. I can think of 1,000 ways to do another leg, but this leg does this and this leg does that. So the first one's gonna be about lead generation, lead generation. The first leg is all about lead generation and people getting paid for their attention, for 5 minutes of their attention or time, to listen to someone else share what they're excited about, whatever business opportunity. So many of you are involved in so many different things. So I'm really not, making a big change in the community by doing this because the community is already. I mean, we're excited about pool funding and everything we're doing here. Okay, we are all, we're co-founders, right? So we're here together, founding something together. But I know so many of you got other things going on, and maybe you'd like the opportunity to share those things with other people too, and just have a never-ending supply. I mean, for $20 a pop, you get 100. That's a pretty good deal. Some of the leagues I was paying for, I was paying, $1 per person. So think about that. Like if I paid for, to, basically look at, 100 prospects, um, I paid $1 each, that'd be $100. We're charging 20. Half of that 20, half of that 20 is being paid out as a commission to the affiliate. So whenever you sign up, you become a sponsor, and then when you sign other people up, they're your referrals, and every time your referral makes another $20 purchase, you get half of it. So that should help perpetuate it for an ongoing basis. But yeah, very exciting. But that's just one project. That's going to be my first project in the marketplace. And I just wanted to, hopefully, lead by example and say, hey, draw the creativity out of yourself and think about what people need or want and try to come up with something that matches it and put it into the marketplace. And I've seen many of you come to me with your different ideas and yeah, some of you are onto, some pretty good ideas. Even, I've even been surprised because at first, some things I heard were like, I don't know about that. It's going to work. And then you say one or two more things like, oh, wait a second, maybe you do have something going on there.
Looks like you're muted.
Oh, I didn't mean to mute. Okay. But I'd like to encourage people to be creative and come up with their own products as much as possible because then you're like the captain of your own ship, where you get the maximum benefit of something that you create. And it's okay if you see other people's ideas and kind of copy them and put it into our marketplace, right? So if you see something that's doing really well over in a different marketplace and you can make kind of a copy of it and put it into this one, what's unique about us is that the only way to pay for thing will be with our coin, and that's it. So you know, we're not going to be accepting any other currency except our coin for everything in the marketplace. So and that should encourage mass adoption of the coin as that marketplace expands and grows. All right, thank you, Paul, for that. Anybody else?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that very same question that you just answered. Everything happens in the marketplace by using the coin.
Yeah,
All
so
purchases. Yeah,
all
perfect.
purchases. We won't be accepting anything except for that coin. We haven't even come up with a name for the coin yet. But I'm thinking we should probably meet on Tuesday and maybe come up with the name officially by Tuesday. So let's have another meeting on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Next week. So today's Thursday, so next Tuesday, let's have a meeting on this. And then let's just make a decision on what we're going to name the coin. And then so everything will be ready by the time we get to April 6th, and we'll just we'll kick it off and it'll be a big celebration. All right. So very, very exciting. And I hope that when we have something that's growing and expanding and there's new people coming into it, when the money is flowing well and people are making money even like on their first day or whatever, they're making money and they can buy and sell, the coin as they wish. I hope all those factors will contribute to, the energy going much higher in the community. And then we can then redirect that energy back towards, PML and pool funding and see those also expand and hit their targets as well. So, but yeah, I figured why wait until we have completely clobbered the sellers. That might take a bit of time, whatever. Some recent sellers were surprises. We weren't expecting some recent ones to sell, but they did. Like, oh, they got a chunk of coin. But yeah, but now that we're not feeding them any more coin, there's no way for that to expand any further than it has. So instead of waiting, I've decided to then say, let's just move on to a third project that can bring the kind of energy that we want. Because at the end of the day, a community that's energized can do, it can be miraculous what can happen with that. Okay, an energized community, very full of positive energy. Okay, that's what we're looking to create, and we need to do it together. We all have our share of responsibility to make it happen. Okay. Anybody else? All right. So do you guys see that version 1 is a good start? Would you guys agree it's a good start?
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Okay, nice to see that, right? Here's our
very nice.
newest diamond, but also a star, Cheryl. Cheryl's got her hand up. Hello, Cheryl.
Hello. Hey, I might have missed this because I got in a little bit late, but when are we going to get that
April
store?
6th.
When can we start?
April
Oh, the
6th.
6th, I guess the date then.
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
launch.
I'm ready.
That's the launch date. Yeah. So we got quite a bit
Okay.
to do between here and there behind the scenes, but obviously you can see we're not just talking about it, we're building it, so that you guys should know that's how it goes with me, I'm building. Even though things may not seem like they're going anywhere because maybe you're looking at the wrong thing, but if you put your attention on the YouTube channel, I think that's really where you should put your attention. If you can't be here live and put your attention on the YouTube channel, what's going on there, that's how you know things are happening. All right, there's my Jersey girl, Mary Riccioni. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Good to
So
hear
this
from you.
marketplace, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, okay. So the marketplace can also be an affiliate marketing like
It,
if
it
you're
should
involved with another
it
affiliate
should be,
marketing.
yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't have to be digital, right?
Well,
But you can,
it should be digital as far as things that are being offered where you're going to pay for it, right? So I know sometimes you have things that might not be digital, but maybe you could, there's like a lot of things out there. Like there's XYZ opportunity. Maybe some sort of
Mhm.
a guide could be sold on how to be successful in XYZ. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's how you can turn it into a digital product while at the same time promoting something that might actually be physical. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's, I guess, where I was having trouble understanding how do you convert that to a more physical type of product. But say if
Yeah,
it was something to do with your health, you would maybe make a digital product on something to do with health and then
yeah,
go ahead
absolutely.
and, okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what my
Yeah.
question was.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's
Oh,
a lot of health business opportunities out there that offer supplements, right, that are physical, right?
right, right.
And so, but yeah, getting into the physical space, I mean, look at how long Amazon took before they went physical. I mean, at first they were just ebooks. I mean, for years they were only ebooks, right? That was it.
Right,
Uh,
right,
but
right.
but now look at them. So can this marketplace later on become a marketplace where physical products and goods could be sold for? Of course, but we'd have
Yes.
to have
But mainly it's
the
going to be
budget and
ideas.
network.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just mainly going to be ideas like that you're basically marketing at first.
yeah. I
But
mean,
those
if you spend any
ideas
time
are
on
going
the
to be,
internet, yeah, go ahead.
so eventually those ideas will be marketed into physical things, right? I mean,
Not all ideas become physical, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, some do,
yeah, I'm
but
not saying all ideas are physical, but there are going to be some things that, so I'm just thinking of some, and I'm just wondering how it would work.
so
Um,
for example, every app you have on your phone is a digital product. And how many apps exist,
mhm,
right? Millions, right?
mhm.
And some are the same, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have a lot of, there's some categories that you have, a spectrum of options. You can go with this person's version of it or that person's version of it, but it's the same concept or idea. And there's nothing wrong in a marketplace for there to be, I guess you could call that competition. There's nothing wrong with that. But just open,
Yeah,
just
no, it's just your, I guess your niche,
yeah,
your niche, that you want to market. Yeah.
you're right. And so the beauty of this is that you get to market whatever, excites you, right? And then you don't have to market everything. Just market the things that you're interested in. And with the legs program, that can easily tie into physical things. You know what I'm saying? Right? So
Hmm.
if maybe what you're excited about is a physical thing, because there are plenty of great companies out there, that they're all about moving physical product. And those can be some great business opportunities too. But I do love digital because the margin is huge. I mean,
Hmm.
it's almost hard to put a percentage on it because, even if you say it's a 90% margin, that might be even putting it mildly, it could be a 99% margin. I mean, you might charge $100 for something that maybe the time and energy put into it was only $1, so something like that, for example, that'd be 99%.
Hmm.
Whereas a physical product, you're not going to see margins like that. So margins means greater opportunity to profit. That's what I like about the digital space. So I think it might take a month or two after we've launched for you guys to kind of get in the swing of it, but eventually everybody's going to catch on and they're going to love the fact that it's high margins. People are going to love it because if you can make more with less time, you're happy. That's the bottom line. Right, Mary? That's what people want.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for your
All right. Thank you.
contribution. Appreciate you. All right. So a couple more hands popping up. Back to you, Paul. And then after that with Darlene, we'll go to Paul first. Go ahead and from the UK.
Yeah, thank you. Just an idea for people as to how they could connect to physical products through a digital product, and that is that you could create a little ebook based on some information about your physical product, and inside of that ebook you might charge $5 for it, $1, $10, whatever you think, depending on what the value is within the ebook in terms of what you might describe, etc. But inside the ebook, you then have a link either to your website or to your physical product, wherever you've got it placed or positioned, website or wherever. And then when people buy the ebook, they see the information, they see the website address, they click on that, and then they go ahead and buy a physical product.
Yep.
That's how
That's
that
right.
could work.
That's just one idea. But I'm sure if you really spend time thinking about it, that's just one of probably many ways of doing it. But if we really want to go wild and we want to think about the future, I don't know how many years, but let's say 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, when we would be more comfortable doing physical products. Imagine if we had a large user base, right? So that's what it comes down to, is if the user base is there, this is what Amazon figured out a long time ago, right? I think if I'm not mistaken, Amazon's probably the number one thing out there right now, isn't it? Isn't Amazon isn't like the biggest billionaire thing going on right now? So, because pretty much everything you can think of, you can buy from Amazon, right? So, and they deliver right to your doorstep. So everything, there's a point of scale. So as soon as we're big enough and we've scaled up enough and we've got the owners come together and pull together what the necessary resources to become a very much a physical thing where we can deliver food, uh, you know, electronics, clothing, right? Whatever, where that becomes something we could get into later on. So it's a marketplace. So meaning that it's got the potential of doing everything. We just have to grow up and do that. So this is we're at the early stages. We're in the development stages. We're going to launch it on April 6th, 2026. That's just 3 weeks from now. So there you go. That's how close we are. So all of you holding PML, just think for every dollar that you're holding, that's $1 million on the new coin. And trust me, anybody that didn't hold on and they sold their PML early for whatever, they're going to regret it because they'll be like, wow, they could have had that if they had just been patient and just kind of worked with us. Again, I'm not bringing together a group of users here. I'm bringing a group of people. I want you all to think like owners. I call you co-founders. You need to see yourself in that light so that you properly understand my attitude towards you, right? My attitude towards you is I see you as, equals, if you want to use that word. Okay. We all have our different talents or whatever, but I'm bringing you guys in as an equal, not a subordinate. Okay. So I hope you guys understand the level of respect that I'm showing to you by putting this out here like this. That it's a large show of respect from me to all of you. I really do appreciate all of you. Because I know I can't
That's
do I can't do any of these things that I want to do all by myself. Okay. That's why I'm making it very clear that I you should see yourself as working alongside me, not behind me. Okay. All right, Darlene, how are you doing today from North Carolina?
Ace, I am doing
Oh,
wonderful,
good.
regardless of the whirlwind I'm getting, but it's all good. My question to you, you did say do something that you like.
Yeah,
Now, this is what I like.
fantastic.
Now, how do I promote this?
Sure. Well, there's, obviously the, how to, right? So, I mean, and maybe you've learned a few tricks on how to do things. I guess it's knitting, or I guess is what you would call it, right? Yeah.
It's
But
crocheting. It's
okay,
crocheting.
crochet. I remember when I was, what grade was I in? I think I was in the fifth grade, and I had a board with a hole in it, and I had nails on it, and I would make scarves. It was one of the class projects. Everybody had to learn how to make a scarf, and it was just winding it and then flipping it, and it was kind of fun. It was fun, but it was instead of using needles, actually it was just using a board made it kind of easy to do it that way. Just stuff like that. Coming up with um, you know, how to, this kind of craft, or how to that kind of craft. That could be certainly turned into a digital product. So there's always somebody that's gonna, especially for new beginner guide, right? Beginner guides is a big one. Someone that wants to just get started, they have no experience in something, and they just want to learn how to crochet, you know. So they got to start somewhere. So maybe your beginner guide that you sold for $5 is where they got started, and you made it fun, Maybe even had a little community, built a community around it, and whatever, charge a monthly subscription to, you can share, get on Zoom calls and show off your whatever you're making, right?
That sounds like a wonder to me.
Yeah. So, anybody who's excited about that hobby or whatever, or business, there you go. All right. Moving on to Joanne Rothschild. Good to see you. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Doing great.
Good deal.
My question, whether or not a service would count as a digital service. I'm an interior designer.
Well, sure.
Yeah. Because I was talking, somebody I was talking to, I forgot who it was. I believe he's an architect,
Yeah,
and he thought
that
it
would
was
be Richard. Yeah.
Richard.
Out of New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Yes. And he thought it was a super idea
Yeah, why not?
because, I'm talking about, I can't go shopping with them for furniture, but I can create, what we used to do, or what I would do is supply a board with specific furniture items, but most of all, space planning.
Uh-huh.
There are people who need a store designed or a restaurant or an apartment,
Okay.
and they just can't figure it out. A
Well,
lot of people
I could see
don't know how.
software. I could see software being used for that, and selling the software. Are you familiar with the term white label? Have you ever heard of that term?
I have, but it escapes me. Well, a white label would be the name of a program, I believe.
No, it's a type. Okay. Yeah. Anybody out
A
here?
what?
A white label. Does anybody else here ever heard of that term, white label?
No,
Okay.
what did you say that it was?
White
White
label.
white
Label.
label.
Yeah, but define it.
So the definition of something that's white label is when the person that made the whatever, let's just say in this case, a three-dimensional modeling software that you could look at on your screen, and you could rotate it and look at. But it's like you can like see like a house, for example, right? And all the the living room and the kitchen and the bedrooms. But you can actually like you're looking at a three-dimensional model of it. There might be a piece of software out there that
There is.
it does that already, and then you could slap your brand onto the software, and so you're basically buying the rights to use that software, which is being offered as a white label, meaning it's white until you put your brand on it. Then it's branded with your brand, and it's as though it's your software. So that's what white label means. It's like you can take other people's creations that they're offering a license or they're offering an outright sell, where they just sell you the software and say, here you go. You can put your own brand on it, and then it's yours. And then you don't actually have to build the
Or they
software. You can just
they sue you. You can't just like take it.
you can't take someone's software, but if they offer
No, I know.
but if they offer a white label option, sometimes
Uh-huh.
there's subscriptions to software, like you may pay $20 a month for access to a software, right? But then the creator of that software might say,
hmm
well, hey, for $2,000, we'll give you the software white label and you put your own brand on it, and then you could sell
hmm
million different pieces of it if you want to under your own brand, right? That's what white label
hmm
means. So yeah,
But
there's a
most
million.
people,
When it comes to digital products, there's a million white label opportunities out there. Software, applications,
mhm.
everything you can think of. There's lots of white label opportunity out there.
Most people, I think, would find it difficult to use that without major help.
Yeah,
You know,
it
I
it
wouldn't have
depends.
time to do that.
Yeah, it depends. It's just
You know, it's a little complex.
how do you present your talent as an interior designer without something to put it into something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd have to have the software program, and then it's very easy for customers to upload pictures of their interior or exterior, but interior probably is what you're talking about. And then once pictures are uploaded, then you can use those and decorate with this software system. You can pick and choose any color of floor, any color or style of wall covering, bedroom furniture, the whole realm of interiors is available for design purposes. And Paul has a lot of experience with that.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
Paul.
that's why he's doing the funny thing
Yeah,
with his
he's
hand.
doing, yeah. Paul and I have talked about that, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Well,
he-
you know, I'm a hands-on person. So
Yeah.
anything I've designed has been at a drafting board.
mm,
Right.
So I think what Joe is talking about is
yeah.
above my head.
okay,
Well,
well,
it's very
may I?
simple.
Okay, Joe, you
I'll
can
put
help
it in the
me.
chat.
Well,
You
here's
can be my
Go ahead,
designer.
Paul.
the fun part about this is that it gives you an opportunity to learn, and
Yeah.
so you don't know until you know, and until someone shows you, here's how you play with this. Like, I remember the first time I looked at a spreadsheet, and I was intimidated. I remember back, I think it was called Lotus 123 way back when. That's before it became known as Excel, right?
hmm
And later, Google called it what numbers or whatever. But anyway, a spreadsheet looked like something that, was very, complicated, and but I took a class and they taught me how to use it. And then I fell in love with the software. Now I practically use spreadsheets every single day now, as a result of learning something. So that's how it goes. So Paul, you want to share your experience on what you're
Right.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah,
The floor is yours.
I'm itching to explain. What's real easy is to get a little bit of software that will write ebooks for you, And all you do is you put in a topic into that software and it writes an ebook. You can tell that software to put in whatever links you want. So then for all the information that you have, you can add to it yourself, your own personal information that you think is helpful, but also all of the products that you use, you can go to manufacturers or product providers and do a deal with them, or they may actually have affiliate commission programs already. And so when you put their links into your ebook and people go to those links and buy a product, you get a commission as an affiliate of that product or that piece of equipment or whatever it is. Real easy. All you've done is you've written an ebook, which has got useful information which people pay for. And then inside that ebook is a whole list of things that you use, you're familiar with, you recommend, etc., all of which you can earn a commission through if they are an affiliate program or if they have affiliate commission, programs attached. There you go.
Love it.
Is that helpful?
I think it's very helpful. Right, Joanne? All right.
It's something to look at. I'm just old-fashioned in
That's it.
terms of doing it the way I learned in school.
Sure.
Just hands-on.
Well, Joe sent you a link to look at in the chat.
Oh.
Joanne, take a look at what
Yeah.
Joe sent you there. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's really fun to play around with. I've done it many
Oh,
times, and I
really?
don't have any skill other than clicking on what I like.
Oh,
very
wait, I
easy.
can't. Is this the link? It's
Yeah, shawfloors.com.
oh wait, I'm not finding it, dear.
Oh,
I'm
You
seeing
just gotta
Yeah.
copy it because I see it up there. It says try to design software at shawfloors.com. So you're gonna have to copy the Shaw
oh, I
Floors.
see. Oh,
Yeah.
Shaw.
Yeah.
Shaw's
Shaw.
a
Yeah,
carpet
Shaw.
company.
Yeah, they're huge. They're the big.
Oh, I
they're
know
like-
who they are.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So there you go. So basically,
Thank you.
Yeah.
the great thing about the digital space is that in a way it's larger than the physical space because there's some things that just can't be reproduced in the real world, but can be done digitally. So
Well, you'd have more eyes, I believe, on what you're involved in digitally.
Yeah, I mean, even this Zoom call we're on is just an amazing technology. I mean, literally, we have a global gathering happening right now in real time in video. I mean, I remember some movies back in the 90s. I think there was a movie, what was it, Fatal Attraction or something like that. It was all about creating software like this. Well, now we just use it. Many of us use it for free, and probably take it for granted. But yeah, that's the world we're a part of now. It's all things digital. All right. Well, thank you all for coming to another one of our paid trainings. Again, come back on Monday and we'll do it again at 9:30 p.m. And then on Tuesday, let's have another meeting together with those that are already opted in. So if you've already opted in for $100 to be a part of the new coin, show up on Tuesday. It's going to be for those people that have opted in, not for anyone else. You have to opt in order to be on that meeting. You can help us decide on what the name of our coin is going to be. I think we need to make that decision on Tuesday. We ran a week or so ago. We came up with some ideas. So if you got more ideas, we can present all the different ideas and then see what everybody wants to do. But yeah, we need to have a name for the coin, and then that way we can make it, and it'll all be set to go on April 6th. Now let's wrap up with Hunter. He's got his hand up. Go ahead, Hunter. What's on your mind?
Yeah, to anyone who has opted in either before or anyone who's listening to this now, if you haven't reached out to me yet, please do so over Telegram because that's how I know to let you into our private group as well as verify that you've actually done the opt-in. So reach out to me if you've done so, ideally with your transaction hash, so I can look it up and make sure everything looks good to go there.
Fantastic. Let me give you guys a total number. I think I can pull that up here. Let me refresh this page. Refresh. So far, we have currently 121 of you have opted in so far. Okay, so yeah, love to see that number double or triple as quickly as possible. Because once that door closes on April 6th, that's it. Okay, you miss out on the $1 gets you $1 million of equity kind of deal. So don't miss out. So let's see today. Let's see. I think we're pretty excited about the marketplace being built. So, how about we just all say version 1 looking good of the marketplace, something like that. We can wrap it up that way. Go ahead and unmute. Version 1 of the marketplace looking good.
Version one is
on the
looking good.
marketplace is looking good.
Version 1 on the marketplace is looking good.
Good.
Come on.
Yep.
Hey, Cheryl.
Looking forward to versions 2, 3, and 4.